Hi there, welcome back. Today we're going to continue our series on factoring quadratic equations, and we're going to look at using a method called the box method. Now, the box method is particularly useful if the coefficient of your x squared term is greater than 1. Okay, let's take a look. So here we have a quadratic equation, 2x squared plus 9x minus 18, and you can see that the coefficient of our x squared term is greater than 1. Okay, here's how the box method works. This is a visual version of FOIL, right? FOIL, you'll recall, we're factoring this quadratic into two binomials, and to create it again, you multiply firsts, outsides, insides, lasts. And that's what this is a visual of. Firsts, outsides, insides, lasts. Okay, first, when you multiply the first term of this binomial times the first term of this binomial, that's how you create that 2x. So that goes right there. And lasts is how you create this minus 18. And your outside and your inside are the like terms that you consolidate, you add together to create your 9x. This is basically a multiplication matrix. So let's take a look. To create this 2x squared, we would multiply a 2x times an x, and it doesn't matter where you place them. Now, this is where we have to do a little trial and error. To create this negative 18, we're going to make our factor list. We could multiply 1 and 18. We could multiply 2 and 9. We could multiply 3 and 6. And we know that one of them will be negative and one will be positive. So now we play around with our multiplication matrix to see which gives us the combo where these two add up to our positive 9. So my instincts tell me that this 18 is going to be too large to result in a 9. So I'm not going to start there. I'm going to start elsewhere. So I'm going to start with the 2 and the 9. And I'm going to throw them in, and I'm not going to worry about positive, negative yet. And I'm going to complete my multiplication matrix. So 2x times 2, that's a 4x. 9 times x, that's a 9x. And I know one has to be negative and one has to be positive. And I say, is there any version of that where these guys come together to be a 9x? There is not. I'm going to try again by flipping them. So there I flipped them, and I'm going to do my multiplication matrix again. 2x times 9, 18x. 2 times x, 2x. And I ask myself the same question. With one of these positive and one of them negative, do they add together in any way to make a 9x? They do not. I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to use my 3 and my 6. And I've learned a little something. I'm going to take a guess and put my 6 up here and my 3 down here. So 2x times 6, 12x, 3 times x, 3x. Now, if I make one negative and one positive, well, I know the 12 would have to be positive because it's positive 9x. So if I make this one negative, they do add up to 9x. That means this is negative. And up top here and down the side here are what go in my binomial. So this is 2x minus 3, and this is x plus 6. And if I want to prove to myself that I'm right, I'll FOIL. So there's my FOIL, and then I consolidate like terms, and there I am, right back where I started. So that is the box method and how it can be useful to keep track of your trial and error when you're working with something where the coefficient of your x squared term is greater than 1. If the coefficient of your x squared term is 1, or it doesn't exist, it just says x squared, then the x method is most useful. So check out this video on factoring with the x method and consider subscribing to my channel. That way you'll be alerted when I put out a new video that will help you keep on mathing.